What if the secret to unlocking your full potential in today's knowledge economy lies not in what you know, but in how you persuade others of your vision? Today, we're diving deep into the art of persuasion, moving beyond basic techniques like being liked or building emotional connections. We're exploring more profound principles which are essential in an era where ideas are the currency and persuasion is the tool to forge ahead. Persuasion has evolved from a soft skill to an indispensable mechanism for influencing decisions and sparking movements. By the end of this video, you'll have gained invaluable insights into transforming your ideas into influential messages, equipping you with the edge needed to confidently step into your potential and command the respect and recognition you desire. The reciprocity principle is about how we feel the need to return favors when someone is nice to us. This feeling works deep inside us, helping keep our relationships balanced and fair. It could be as simple as sharing tips, giving a helping hand, or giving small gifts without expecting anything right away. These kind acts build goodwill and make it more likely that others will want to help us or agree with us. The key is to do genuine, valuable acts of kindness. Robert Cialdini, in his important book, Influence: The Psychology of Persuasion, talks about how powerful this principle is in getting people to agree with us. He describes an experiment where people were more willing to do something, like buy raffle tickets, if they first received a small gift, such as a can of soda. This showed that even a little kindness could make people feel that they should do something in return, especially if they were given something valuable to start with. The concept of scarcity taps into a psychological response, making limited resources seem more valuable. This principle isn't merely about creating urgency. It also highlights the unique benefits and exclusive advantages of your offering. When people perceive an opportunity as scarce, their desire to obtain it intensifies, driven by the fear of missing out. Effectively leveraging scarcity involves limiting the availability of your offer by time or quantity, or emphasizing your products or services' distinctive features to distinguish it from the competition. A compelling demonstration of scarcity's effect on human behavior is evidenced by a 1975 study. In this experiment, participants were shown 2 cookie jars, one containing 10 cookies and the other just 2. Remarkably, despite the cookies being identical in all aspects, participants showed a stronger preference for the cookies in the nearly empty jar. This illustrates that scarcity not only elevates the perceived value of an item, but also its desirability, highlighting how perceptions of scarcity can influence our attraction to seemingly limited items. If you're enjoying this video, please consider subscribing to our channel. Your support means we can keep bringing you more content like this. Now, let's get back to the video. People like to keep their actions in line with what they've done before and how they see themselves. This idea is known as the commitment and consistency principle. It means if we start with a small action that matches our beliefs, we're likely to take bigger steps later to stay true to our first choice. Starting small makes it easier for us to commit to more later, keeping our actions and self-image aligned. A study called Compliance Without Pressure, the foot in the door technique, shows how this works. People who said yes to a small thing like putting up a sign for safe driving were more likely to agree to something bigger later, like installing a larger sign. On the other hand, those who said no at first were less likely to agree to the bigger request later. This shows that saying yes to small things first can lead to bigger commitments. This principle also works with public commitments, like promising to quit smoking or save water. Making a public pledge can make people more likely to follow through because they want to be seen as consistent and feel responsible. Whether it's for personal improvement or part of a bigger campaign, showing commitment publicly or privately can lead to lasting change. This is all because we have a strong need to stay consistent with our actions and choices. The contrast principle is all about how we judge something based on what it's compared to. In persuading people, this means showing your option next to less attractive ones, making yours look better. By pointing out what's good about your offer and what's not so great about others, you can gently influence someone's choice. The key is making the comparison clear and relevant to your audience. A common example is in the stores, where you might see a very expensive product before seeing one that's priced lower. Seeing the pricier one first makes the cheaper option seem like a much better deal, which can lead customers to buy it, thinking they're getting great value. But it's not just in stores that this principle works. It's a powerful tool in many areas, like advertising, talking, and making deals. It taps into how our brains naturally compare things, helping us make decisions. By getting good at using contrasts, you can help people see things the way you want them to, which is useful in many situations, from selling products to making your point in a discussion. The framing effect is about how people make choices based on how those choices are presented, as either positive or negative. This idea has been deeply explored in both psychology and economics, showing that the same facts can lead to different decisions depending on how they're framed. Amos Tversky and Daniel Kahneman, two famous researchers, really brought this principle to light. In their groundbreaking 1981 study, they looked at how presenting the same information in different ways could change people's decisions. They used examples of how to handle a disease outbreak, asking people to pick between programs based on whether they were described as saving lives, a positive frame, or losing lives, a negative frame. Their findings were eye-opening. When the options were framed positively, highlighting lives saved, people preferred safer choices that guaranteed saving some lives. But when framed negatively, emphasizing lives lost, people were drawn to riskier options that could potentially save everyone, even though the odds of success didn't change. This research is key to understanding how framing affects our choices and can be used to persuade people. It shows that the way information is presented can significantly influence decisions. This principle is used everywhere, from advertising and public health to politics and finance. By framing information a certain way, you can greatly sway how people decide and act. The social proof principle is about how we copy what others do, especially when we're not sure what to do ourselves. Robert Cialdini discusses this in his book, Influence: The Psychology of Persuasion. He shows how it works in various scenarios, like environmental conservation. For instance, if hotel guests know that most others have reused their towels, they're more likely to reuse theirs too. This proves that seeing others' actions can lead us to do the same. Moreover, social proof can cause us to act or not act at all. Research on the bystander effect by Bibb Latané and John Darley reveals that the more people are present, the less likely someone is to step in to help during an emergency. This is because people assume someone else will intervene, or they gauge the seriousness based on others' reactions. Therefore, social proof can either motivate us to help or to just watch, influenced by those around us. Learning these 6 persuasion techniques will make you more influential and help you understand people better. Persuasion isn't about tricking others. It's about creating real connections and benefits for everyone. Use these techniques carefully and ethically, and you'll see new opportunities come your way. If you've enjoyed learning about persuasion, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support allows us to share more useful information. Keep exploring, connecting, and influencing. Here's to your success in becoming great at persuasion.